You're watching Good Day Austin on Fox 7.
Immigration reform will be a big topic once President-elect Donald Trump takes office, and here to talk more about it is immigration attorney Robert Loughran. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's start with DACA. You say that that's going to play a big part, and if you could tell us what DACA stands for, just so our viewers are informed.
Well, DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and that's a special class of individuals who do not have authorization here in the United States. They're not here as legal immigrants. They were brought here as children, usually under the age of 14, and President Obama set forth a program where work authorization cards could be issued to these individuals who could prove that through fingerprinting and background checks that they had not violated the law, that they had finished high school, that they had entered college or were joining the military. And so these are the best of those who do not have immigration status. They've gone to our elementary schools and our middle schools, and the president couldn't make them permanent residents, couldn't give them a legal immigration status, but he could give them work authorization cards. And so a special, let's say, product line was set up with a special form, and they identified their addresses and how to contact them, and proved up that they were not a threat here in the United States, and they were issued 2-year work authorization cards. The president-elect has said he's going to end all of President Obama's executive actions, and DACA in particular. So what we think this means is that the product line may come to an end. Work authorizations for DACA beneficiaries we would expect to end on the first day of a Trump presidency or shortly thereafter.
Oh, well, that's going to be soon. And we've got about 2-3 minutes left here, so I want to make sure that we line up what those changes are expected as it relates to immigration.
Well, we're also concerned. There was President Obama had a different executive action that was very pro-business, particularly here in Austin, which was for entrepreneurs, and it would say that those entrepreneurs who had gotten a venture capital firm or other qualified investors to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in their business, or had won a competition where a state agency was going to grant them $100,000 or more, and they could show that they were creating jobs here in the U.S., that there would be a special parole for those entrepreneurs. And it's up in the air whether the president-elect will cancel that as well, so that executive action. One of the things that I'm most concerned about is the trade NAFTA agreement. There is a TN visa, which is just trade NAFTA. NAFTA's North American Free Trade Agreement. And after the election, we looked into this a bit and found out that NAFTA is actually not a treaty, and it's an economic agreement. And the president-elect, once he becomes president, does have the authority to cancel NAFTA by issuing a letter to the Canadian government and the Mexican government, giving 6 months' notice.
We will have a lot of big effects on this happening. And very quickly, in the last 30 seconds, what's the bottom line?
Well, the bottom line is I think that that voters need to make the president-elect aware of how important NAFTA is to Texas. Again, whether it's Houston, San Antonio, or here in Austin, we have tremendous links to Mexico and to a lesser extent here to Canada. That trade continuing is very important. So while the president does have the authority to cancel NAFTA, we're hopeful that he focuses more on his promises to renegotiate or to simply modify it for the best interest of Texas and the United States.
All right, Robert Loughran, thanks for joining us this morning. Give us a little more insight on immigration.
Thank you.
And we're going to be right back. Keep it here.